9 signs you should cut ties. Even with family or friends. In life, relationships are often sources of inspiration, joy, and motivation for growth. However, they don't always bring positive energy. Some relationships quietly erode your peace, confidence, and self-worth. This is when you need to stay alert. Recognize the signs, and make firm decisions. Let's explore 9 critical signs to help you know when to set boundaries or even boldly cut ties. Whether with family or friends. 1. They always use financial excuses. Have you ever felt frustrated when someone constantly uses the excuse of not having money whenever there's a plan? At first, you might sympathize. But over time, you notice this happens suspiciously often. They consistently reject your ideas or suggested activities, citing a tight budget. However, their lifestyle tells a different story, indulging in luxuries, frequently enjoying personal pleasures, or spending on unnecessary items. This not only makes you feel frustrated but also creates an imbalance in the relationship. Instead of sharing responsibilities or finding ways to make plans work, they opt to evade, leaving you to shoulder the burden or adjust to their circumstances. A healthy relationship requires mutual sharing and fairness. Not just emotionally but also financially when needed. If you continuously feel taken advantage of, or the other person makes no effort to build equity, it's a clear sign to set firm boundaries. Don't let your kindness be taken for granted or turned into something they feel entitled to. 2. They frequently start arguments. Do you feel drained when every conversation with someone turns into an argument? Whether it's a light topic or a minor disagreement, they always manage to escalate it into a full-blown conflict. Such individuals often struggle to accept differing opinions, easily get provoked, and tend to impose their thoughts on others. They may use hurtful words, criticize you, or even make you feel like you're always wrong. After interacting with them, instead of feeling comfortable or understood, you leave with a heavy heart and heightened stress. This doesn't just erode the peace in your relationship but also takes a toll on your mental health. Ask yourself, do these arguments add any value or simply exhaust you? A positive relationship should be a space where both parties can openly share thoughts and respect each other, not a battleground for endless disputes. If they persist with this behavior, refusing to listen or change, it's time to establish boundaries. Don't hesitate to distance yourself or even walk away from relationships that harm you. Your inner peace is more important than anything else. Surround yourself with people who bring balance and positive energy into your life. 3. They dismiss your concerns. A relationship can only truly thrive when there's mutual listening and understanding. But what if, whenever you share your worries or doubts, all you receive are dismissive responses, mockery, or outright disregard? Instead of offering support or helping you feel better, they make you feel like your concerns are meaningless or too trivial to matter. They might respond with comments like, "Why would you even worry about that?" or "You're being too sensitive," or "Everyone has problems, it's not a big deal." This not only makes you feel belittled but also creates a sense of isolation, making you hesitant to share in the future. In a healthy relationship, sharing emotions is a crucial foundation for building connection. Even if they don't fully understand your worries, a truly caring person will listen empathetically, try to support you, or at least respect your feelings. If someone consistently dismisses your concerns, it's not just a sign of a lack of respect but also an indication that they don't value your emotions. Don't let yourself be put in a position where you suppress your feelings or feel ashamed for expressing your thoughts. Reflect on that relationship and ask yourself, is this really someone who can walk alongside me on life's journey? Remember, You deserve relationships that value your worth, where you can be yourself and feel safe sharing your joys and struggles. 4. They impose their religious or political beliefs. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, especially when it comes to deeply personal beliefs like religion or politics. But what happens when someone constantly tries to impose their views on you, making you feel pressured to change your thinking or act according to their preferences? They might frequently voice overwhelming opinions, criticize your beliefs, or dismiss perspectives that differ from theirs. Instead of encouraging open dialogue, they turn conversations into opportunities to educate you or make you feel wrong for not agreeing with them. For example, they may say things like, "If you don't follow this religion, you'll never be saved," or "Your beliefs are irrational, mine are the only valid ones." This behavior doesn't just make you feel suffocated but also creates pressure to conform to their views, even when it goes against your personal values and convictions. A positive relationship requires respect for differences. You don't have to share the same beliefs with everyone in your life, but you deserve a safe space where you can be yourself without fear of judgment or coercion. If someone constantly imposes their personal beliefs on you without accepting differences, it's time to reconsider their role in your life. Setting boundaries doesn't mean abandoning the relationship but protecting your intellectual freedom and core values. A truly valuable relationship is one where both parties can coexist despite differences, with mutual respect and care. 5. Being around them makes you miserable. Have you ever felt anxious, burdened, or even fearful at the thought of meeting someone? Some relationships evolve over time into heavy burdens, making it mentally exhausting to maintain them. If every encounter with this person leaves you drained, joyless, or uneasy, it's a clear sign that you need to reevaluate. They might be someone who constantly judges you, brings up past mistakes, or simply disregards your emotions and personal space. Instead of offering warmth and understanding, their presence stirs up feelings of worry, frustration, or hurt. Conversations often end on a negative note, leaving you feeling as though your energy has been drained just trying to accommodate or avoid conflict. Sometimes, the difficulty of being around someone isn't due to a major mistake but rather the natural divergence in life paths, values, or priorities. Not all relationships are meant to last forever. And that doesn't mean either party is at fault. We all grow, and sometimes that growth leads us in different directions. Remember, you're not obligated to maintain any relationship that only brings pain and exhaustion. Allowing yourself to let go isn't selfish, it's an act of self-love. By choosing to step away from toxic or unsuitable relationships, you create space for positive, healthy, and meaningful connections in your life. Don't hesitate to set boundaries because your mental health and peace of mind deserve to be prioritized above all else. 6. They constantly complain. Have you ever felt completely drained after a conversation with someone who never stops complaining? These people seem to always have something to grumble about: work, family, friends, or even trivial aspects of life. Instead of seeking solutions or trying to improve their situation, they simply unload their negativity onto you, turning you into their emotional dumping ground. Initially, you might think listening to them is a way to show support and care. But over time, you realize they have no intention of changing or resolving their issues. They only want to vent, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and burdened by their unresolved frustrations. Every interaction feels like it drains your energy, while their problems remain the same or even worsen. Constant complaining not only harms the relationship but also takes a toll on your mental health. You have the right to listen, but that doesn't mean you're responsible for carrying someone else's emotional baggage. A healthy relationship involves not just sharing sorrows but also encouraging each other to overcome challenges and grow. Learn to listen selectively and establish clear boundaries. If they continue to complain without any desire to change, you have the right to decline being their emotional sponge. Instead, focus on protecting your energy and investing time in relationships that bring you comfort, balance, and inspiration. Remember, you deserve companions who uplift you, not those who drag you into the negative cycles they create. Choose relationships that genuinely add value and joy to your life. 7. They break promises. A healthy relationship is built on the most essential foundation, trust. But what happens when you are constantly let down by someone who doesn't keep their promises? They might pledge to help you when needed, plan to spend time together, or commit to joint projects, only to fail, make excuses, or worse, trivialize the matter. At first, you might overlook it, thinking everyone has moments of busyness or forgetfulness. However, when breaking promises becomes a habit, it's no longer a minor issue. It erodes trust between you and makes you feel undervalued. Repeated disappointment can lead to feelings of helplessness, doubt, and even undermine your self-esteem. People who frequently break promises often fail to realize or care about the impact of their actions on you. They may claim they're too busy or attempt to smooth things over with new promises. But soon the cycle of disappointment starts again. This habit reflects not just carelessness but also a lack of commitment and respect toward you. A truly valuable relationship doesn't rely on flowery promises but rather on concrete actions that demonstrate sincerity. If someone consistently fails to keep their word, you need to ask yourself, is this a person I can trust in the long term? 8. They repeat the same worries. Have you ever encountered someone who repeatedly brings up the same worries, over and over, without taking any steps to address them? At first, you might feel empathetic and willing to listen. But as time goes on, the repetition becomes tiresome. Like being stuck in an endless loop of unresolved conversations. They may complain about an unsatisfactory job, an unhappy relationship, or personal issues that they have the ability to change. However, instead of seeking solutions or taking the first step, they just vent their frustrations, then go back to their old patterns, only to bring the same issues to you again. This leaves you feeling as if you're carrying their burdens with no way out. Listening to the same problems without seeing any action not only wears you out but also takes a toll on your mental health. You begin to feel like your time, energy, and patience are being wasted. Worse still, if you offer advice, they might dismiss it or even push back, only to bring up the issue again as if no one ever helped them think it through. A healthy relationship involves more than just sharing worries, it requires cooperation to find solutions and encourage growth. When you realize that you've become a passive listener in an endless cycle, it's time to ask yourself, am I truly helping them? Or am I just enabling their procrastination? Learn to set boundaries. You can gently encourage them to take action or seek professional help if their problems are beyond your capacity to assist. Don't hesitate to step back if you feel that listening is no longer beneficial to either of you. Your life deserves to be filled with relationships that motivate and bring meaning to you. Don't let yourself get stuck in exhausting cycles out of politeness. You have the right to protect your energy and time for things that truly matter. 9. They brag about their past. Have you ever grown tired of someone who constantly boasts about their past achievements? They can't stop talking about their glory days with extreme pride, as if their life has already reached its peak and there's nothing more to strive for. Initially, their stories might be impressive or even inspiring. But when every conversation revolves around the past, you'll start to sense that something is off. They might repeatedly recount career accomplishments, admirable relationships, or moments of public acclaim. However, when you look at their present life, there's a stark contrast. They seem to lack the drive to grow. And it often feels like they're avoiding current challenges or responsibilities. Holding on to the past isn't just a way to nurture their ego, it's also a method to mask insecurities or failures in their current life. Someone who clings to the glories of the past often struggles to foster positive, balanced relationships. Instead of focusing on what they can do or achieve now, they channel their energy into reliving old memories, seeking admiration from others. This can leave you feeling pressured when you're around them because the conversations rarely look toward the future or meaningful things in the present. A healthy relationship requires a balance between sharing pride in the past and focusing on the present while building a future together. If someone constantly brags about their past without confronting their present, you need to ask yourself, does this relationship help me move forward? Or is it keeping me stuck in the shadow of old stories? Spend time with people who inspire you not only through their past success but also through how they live and strive every day. If necessary, don't hesitate to set boundaries with those who only pull you into yesterday's stories instead of creating new memories with you. Remember, you deserve positive relationships where both of you build the present and look forward to a brighter future together. Dear readers, life is a journey of choices. And one of the most important decisions is who we allow to walk alongside us. Every relationship brings experiences. But not all experiences are positive. While we can't control how others treat us, we can choose who is deserving of a place in our lives. Every relationship leaves an imprint. And the way you protect these connections will shape the quality of your life. Those who bring empathy, support, and genuine value become the motivation that helps you grow and achieve great things. On the other hand, negative relationships drain your energy, erode your confidence, and steal your peace. Using these signs, you can begin to clearly identify when to let go of a relationship and when to hold on. Letting go isn't selfish, it's an act of self-love. It's recognizing your worth and deciding to protect your mind, emotions, and future. Remember, valuing yourself isn't just an action, it's a commitment. It's a promise to yourself that you won't let anyone, whether friends, family, or colleagues, harm your self-esteem. When you prioritize yourself, you'll start attracting people who respect, value, and uplift you. Be selective about the relationships you nurture because the people you choose to walk with will profoundly impact your life journey. Protect the connections that bring meaning. And don't hesitate to walk away from what no longer fits. By doing so, you're taking steps to build a life worth cherishing, a life filled with love, purpose, and truly valuable relationships.